Okay, guys and girls, I'm going to go through now an example of a two-step stoichiometry problem when mass is involved. And the example I've chosen here is problem number 170b on page 890 of your textbook. And what they ask in this is, what mass of water is produced when 5.0 moles of oxygen is produced by this reaction? Well, I can't go from moles of oxygen directly to mass of water. I have to do this in two different steps. And let me demonstrate how that works. First step, I'm going to write out my given just like before. They tell me I have 5.0 moles of O2. Okay? Now I'm going to set up a unit conversion, and I need to cancel out moles of O2. So just like before, that's going to go on bottom. Moles of O2 divided by moles of O2, those will cancel. I want to know how much water is produced by this reaction. But when my two chemical formulas are different, the only unit I can have to convert these two is moles of each. So I can only go from moles of one chemical to moles of another when my two formulas are different. Now, where do I look for this conversion factor? Just like before, I'm going to look at my balanced equation. Okay, and when I go to my balanced chemical equation, it looks like I have 1 mole of O2 for every 2 moles of H2O. Moles of oxygen divided by moles of oxygen, those cancel each other, and now I have moles of water. Problem is they didn't want moles of water, they wanted to know the mass of water. So I have to set up a second conversion after this. Just like before, the unit I'm starting with, that's going to go in my denominator. So I'm going to put moles of H2O down here. And now they want to know the mass of water. Since my two chemical formulas are the same, I can have different units. I can go from grams to moles so long as the chemical formula is the same. Where do I look to do this conversion? That's going to be on my periodic table. I have to look up the mass of hydrogen and oxygen and add them together. So let's see, as I look this up on here, hydrogen, well, that looks like it's about, oh, that's really blurry. You guys aren't going to be able to make that out. Turns out hydrogen has a mass of 1.01, and oxygen has a mass of 16. And my chemical formula, there's 2 hydrogens. So 1.01 times 2, 2.02 plus 16, 18.02 grams per mole. So that means that for my conversion up here, there are 18.02 grams in 1 mole. Now, moles of H2O divided by moles of H2O, those cancel each other. The only unit I have left is grams of water, which is good. That's what they were asking for in my problem. So now 5 times 2 is 10, times 18 is going to be 180.2 grams of water. So that's how you do the two-step stoichiometry problems, and the key is knowing where to look for going from moles of one chemical to moles of another, and then when you have to convert to grams after the fact, where to look for that.